Yo, that's a really good question. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I think Switch is better than NF and Jon Keith.
Oh.
It's all subjective. So I'm glad that we're on the subject because your man Jon Keith said that he believed he was a better artist than NF, right?
I know what
The first thing he said was that it's subjective, right? At first, when I heard the quote, right, because I didn't see the video, I was like, what? But then, when I watched the video, the first thing he said was like, it's subjective. And it is, man. But I don't know for real, I don't know anybody that listens to NF.
I don't know who Jon Keith is. I never heard any of his music. I'm serious. I never have.
So he is signed to Ruslan's label, right?
Okay.
He's one of his artists. And he said it on he actually said it on Ruslan's show on his podcast or
right.
YouTube.
Right. That's what I heard about it.
Yeah. What do you guys so you never heard of him, so you obviously don't think that he's a better artist than NF.
Right, but I've never heard any of his. I heard the quote, yes.
Okay.
So when I first heard it, I first thought I was like, okay, this guy, he's like confident and he knows that he's good.
Right.
And everybody? We say that we're the fastest growing Christian podcast,
But we are.
By the way, we are. Exactly. But somebody else could hear that and be like, these guys, they're nobodies or whatever,
Right.
It's just, we're just that confident. That's the way I took it as.
Right.
Musically, I don't know. I can't judge because I haven't learned that one track.
Creative though, I feel like if you're creative, like if you're a rapper, like you shouldn't be rapping if you don't think you're dope. You know what I mean? Like I feel like rapping is like boxing, right? Because there's no team. You know what I'm saying? It's just you. And I feel like if you don't feel like you're the dopest, you're the best, you shouldn't step in that ring. So I wasn't surprised that he said that. But
I would listen to his music.
I was also, I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of NF and I'm not a fan of Jon Keith. I do feel like NF can spit though.
Okay.
Right. And maybe it's just because he raps fast. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't really tell you.
Wait, you don't like Jon Keith?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't name one song. You know what I'm saying? Like
he could rap though. That kid could rap.
I'm sure he can.
Switch you as a rapper.
Right.
You think his statement is valid or correct?
Put his switch on.
I don't know. Like, and I'm kind of like with y'all. Like, I listen to both of their music. I've heard their music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't.
So you don't check for either artist.
I don't check for them like that.
Okay.
Okay.
But they both are nice. I could say that. Like I've heard NF on the track. The NF definitely doesn't have my style of music. Jon Keith would be more my style, that new age.
Well, he said that he had more diversity in his interview with Ruslan. He said he had more diversity, and based off of like the criteria that he said, you know what I mean? I felt like, okay, he might have a point, but I'm like, me personally, I'm not checking for him. You know what I mean? Like it's just not my way. But I'd probably, like, if I had to choose, I'd probably listen to Jon Keith more so just because it's more of a wave, you know what I mean? Then I feel like,
but he could rap though. That kid, like I've heard him on a couple features, and I'm like, okay, this kid could rap. There was a new one that just dropped.
Link. You gotta send me that link.
Yeah, I'm gonna send y'all some links. Like, and now I'm gonna start tuning in more to him because of what he said.
Because of what he said.
But do y'all think and this is interesting, right? Because when it comes to hip hop, even myself, I become like a little competitive, not so much towards rappers, but maybe in the music. Like, I'll take a rapper, make like people say things like, "Oh, these rappers are my sons" and things like that, right? But I think it's all right, like for us to be bigging up ourselves, or should we allow other people to big up ourselves and let them make that decision?
Yo, that's a really good question. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I think Switch is better than NF and Jon Keith.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my man right there. That's my dog.
That's all I'm saying. Because every time I hop in the whip, you know what I mean? Like, the Bluetooth connect, and the first joint that come on is Switch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It ain't NF. It ain't Jon Keith. You know what I mean?
There's no bias there.
No bias whatsoever.
But do you think?
I mean, never mind the fact that we on the same podcast. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like my man told me. My man Pastor Lou. He's like, I listen to you. I don't care if it's trash or if it's good. I'll just listen because you my man. I was like, all right, I guess that's supposed to be a good thing.
But it ain't trash though. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean?
I try. But back to the question.
Yeah.
Should people big you up, or should that be something that? Because we do that. I listen, even myself at times, I may not say it like that, but I might not say like, oh, I'm better than this artist or whatever. But in the lyrics, you can hear like, oh, these guys are mumble rappers and stuff like that, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? And then you're coming off as if you're better than other artists. But you know, when that scripture comes about, when it's like, you know, don't big yourself up, let other people big you up. What does the
Torah say?
It's like, oh, okay, so how do we intertwine creativity when it comes to that scripture? You know what I mean? Or when it says like, you know, don't let the kings, you know, bask in their own glory kind of thing. You know what I mean? Or think of themselves as wise, or don't let the wise think that they're wise kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that come down to music as well? Our creativity, or you know what I mean? So that's just where I stand at it. But I think personally, a lot of CHH artists are way better than a lot of secular artists that are out there right now. Like the Aaron Coles, the Andy Minios, Lecrae's new joint. Who?
William.
Oh, Will. What's his name? Is it Kata or Kata?
Kata.
Dayton, he got bars. Bizzle, like a lot of these dudes, like when it comes to lyrics, these dudes is nicer than what's out there. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
In any genre, like these dudes could rap.
I mean, that's subjective, no?
It could be.
I don't know. I mean,
but I feel like our music, I feel like I'm getting more content from our music. Obviously, I mean, that's because we're Christian, right? But I also feel like we getting more like stuff that makes sense in the sense
it's
of
edifying
when people,
for sure.
When people, but not even just edifying. Like when people just rap, like I feel like a lot of the worldly rappers, they just get a bunch of words, and if it rhymes, they just go with it. I just put on my keys. You know what I mean? And whatever. And it's just like all flow.
But you know what? I kind of see that. I kind of see that with a lot of CHH artists too, though. Like a lot of CHH artists are trying to sound like Drake or Migos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's where you get lost at, though.
A lot of them. So, and you know, and it's not anything new because you know, 10 years ago, they were trying to sound like Lil Jon.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that sound was popping at the time.
10 years,
I mean? So but you do have these that you know that rise to the top. I think everybody on GOM is a beast.
Yeah,
like
Jared Sanders, AI, that whole team is solid. Selah.
I think you know what I mean. Like I think Bizzle too. You know, don't sleep on Bizzle. All of them. You know. And
you know who I like too? Aha.
Yeah. But he said he's not CHH, right? He kind of disowned CHH.
Like I said, I put them all in the bubble.
Sure, for sure.
Because, and I say that because I know for personal experience, if I go and rap somewhere that's not Christian, and we start talking, they'll most likely be like, oh, this dude is a spiritual rapper or a Christian rapper or whatever, you know what I mean? Right. When I come off, like, you know, my approach. So that's how come I say that. Like, I feel like we all in this bubble, even though we might be in different sections. But when you go outside and you in the secular venues and all that,
got your back, right?
Yeah, they gonna know like, oh, this dude's different. There's something different about this dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.